Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. Thank you, friends, for joining me today. I've been thinking, I'm grateful to be here and I'm glad to be here. Got to get that in. I've been thinking about Coach John Wooden lately. If you were to look up June 10th, 2010, June 4th, 2010, events of those days, one of the top things would be the day of his passing. As I've thought about him, as I've thought about the things, I remember distinctly many times him pulling something out of his wallet, a little piece of card that he had received from his father when he graduated from the 8th grade. You've heard other people talk about it. You've heard me talk about it. But there was two sides to that card. On one side of that card was a quote or a verse from Henry Van Dyke that said, 4 things a man must learn to do if he would make his life more true. To think without confusion clearly, to love his fellow man sincerely, to act with honest motives purely, and to trust God and heavens securely. That would be enough to live by. On the other side of the card, however, were 7 things that his father wrote. It said, Johnny, follow these 7 things and you will have an amazing life. These 7 things have not only influenced Johnny, they've influenced men and women around the world. Over and over again, they have a legacy to them. Those 7 things are ingrained in that I carry them with me almost every day. They're something that I read and look at and aspire to. The 7 things are, first, 1, be true to yourself. We could talk all day long about that. Number 2, help others. Okay? John Wooden had once said, you cannot have a perfect day without helping others with no thought of getting something in return. In other words, can you do something for somebody without any thought in return? Number 3, make each day your masterpiece. Number 4, drink deeply from good books, especially the Bible. Number 5, make friendship a fine art. Make friendship a fine art. Number 5. That was number 5. Number 6, build a shelter against a rainy day by the way you live. Number 7, pray for guidance and counsel and give thanks for your blessings each day. Now, I'm somebody that likes to find what's the driver, what's going to drive all the rest. Of course, I think of gratitude, but maybe embedded with that. The question I ask is, if I chose number 3, make each day a masterpiece, how would that drive the others? If I could visualize it, if I could feel it and really feel, what would it feel like, Lee, to have a masterpiece day? Would it make a difference to your family? Would it make a difference? What would it make a difference? Now look at the other 6 things. If I made each day a masterpiece, would I be true to myself? I'd have to be. Would I help others? I'd have to. Coach Wooden said so. Would I drink from good books daily, especially the Bible? Yes. To make that perfect day. Would I make friendship a fine art? Arrows out, of course. 6, would I build a shelter against a rainy day by the way I live? Yes. And would I be on my knees probably praying for guidance and counsel and giving thanks for each of my blessings? Yes. So how do you make each day a masterpiece? How do you make each? Well, let's just look at 3 things. We talked about 1 already. We start every day with gratitude. If you start from scarcity, Coach Wooden always talked about the top 3 things. He hammered it in his teams. Don't whine, don't complain, don't make excuses. That's scarcity. So let's begin with gratitude, number 1. Okay. Number 2, know where you're going. Know you're going. What would it mean to you and others for you to reach there, to achieve that? How would it feel? You have to get down to what would that feel like to you? And the third thing is be in motion. Most of us will never have more time. Most of us will never have more time than what we have right now. So we need to stop wishing for someday or stop waiting for someday, that perfect time and place. You know, a saying I heard recently is money comes and goes, time only goes. As far as I know, someday is not a day of the week. So when you look at where most of the great people and the great achievements have come from, you'll see that they came from probably deprived conditions, less than picturesque settings, unperfect situations. You know, the point is, if you're going to do something, ask yourself, what small step can I take today that will get me even closer to my intended destination? Motion, motion, motion. Great principle I learned from Coach Wooden. Jamal Wilkes, who played for Coach Wooden for many years, was asked about this, and he says, his quote, "All you can control is today. Yesterday is gone and the future has not arrived yet. When you make the most of today, tomorrow will automatically be better." So if you don't control your day, someone or someone else will, right? So live life meaningful by making each day, attempting to make each day your masterpiece. Live life meaningfully. Thank you, friends. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.